Hi guys, welcome back. I don't know if you watched my video the other day, but it was just a short little video, and the surprise of the video was I'm getting my teeth fixed. So I've got the appointment October to get my teeth fixed, and I'm super excited because you know how you always have that one little thing about your body that bothers you? Well, I've got about three. This is one of them. So if I can just get this fixed, I'll feel so much better. So today we have a special guest, which is my husband, Ryan. And this is episode 3 of A Modern Mother's Troubles. And today we'll be talking about a dad's troubles. And I thought about doing this on my own, but then I kind of realized, you guys aren't going to really take me seriously if I do it by myself because I'm not really a dad. Well, here's a dad of 3, so let's just get started. I'm going to ask him a few questions and he's going to answer them, and here we go. On a range of 1 to 10, how difficult is it being a dad?
That all depends on the day and the circumstance. Sometimes it's a 0 and sometimes it's a 20.
Exactly. You just never know because it's all based on the kids' actions. We're never going to have perfect days. So what are like the highlights and the stressors of being a dad? Like, what are some of the good things and then some of the more stressful things?
Well, I would say the good things definitely outweigh the bad. There's mornings when I get up to go to work and our little one is already up and looking at me through the bars in the crib, and he wants to get up and play, and
you gotta go.
And I gotta go, but his smile will light up your whole morning. And then there are other times where you come in and he's running around like a tornado and has torn up every single thing in the house.
Yeah.
And the main thing to remember, that I try to remember, is they're still watching us grow up as we're watching them grow up. So some of the stressors are, we don't always know how to handle every situation. We don't always know the right thing to say. We don't always know the right thing to do to comfort them when they're having troubles. But the most important part is to just do your best and always try to be there for them no matter what, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how bad your day was, no matter how bad they're acting. You just have to hold yourself together and maintain as best as you can.
Right, and we also have to understand that, like he said, we're learning as we go. So we're not going to be perfect, and that's a problem that a lot of us have, is trying to be perfect parents whenever that's impossible. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and so I just want you guys to understand that no matter how hard it is, no matter how hard it seems sometimes, this too shall pass. We'll get over it. Every single day is the start of a blank slate. All right, another thing I wanted to ask you was, how do you personally cope with stress? Because everybody copes differently, but how do you as a dad cope with stress whenever you have to get up every morning really early, you have to work all day, you have to come home, but you still have feelings and you still have thoughts and things that bother you? How do you deal with that when you barely have time to take a shower and see your kids at night?
Well, there are some days where you can hold it together and do positive self-talk and just remember the things you're grateful for. And then there are other days where you can't hold it together and you scream back at them and you can get a little belligerent and you can be very impatient. And sometimes you just have to go in a bathroom or go in a bedroom and lock the door and sit down and take a break for, even if it's 2 minutes, and just try to clear your head and take a few deep breaths and come back out and try it again.
That's a great point you make, because they say that whenever, you have a newborn and they're frustrated, you fed them, you've changed them, everything, and they keep crying. If you feel yourself getting upset to lay them in their crib and walk away, there's no age limit to that. If one of your kids, 5, 6, 7, 18 years old, is getting on your nerves, it is not wrong to walk away from them. The best thing you can do is walk away, because at times whenever we stick around, we keep getting more upset, and we tend to say something that we don't mean. and we tend to hurt their feelings. And some things you can say, you just can't take back. And we don't want them to think that that's our viewpoint on them when we're coming from a mad standpoint. So I agree. We should never really say anything. We should try not to say anything when we're in an angry state of mind. Something else I wanted to ask you as a man, do you ever feel like you are trapped in a cycle? Because I know as a single mom, I feel like I'm trapped sometimes because you wake up, take care of the kids all day. You try to get stuff in for you. You try to have self-care, but it's very rare with multiple kids. And me and him, we have 3 together. And so I know for me personally, it feels like I'm trapped sometimes. Wake up, take care of the kids. You come home. We try to have a little bit of time, go to bed, wake up, do it all again. Do you feel trapped whenever you have to wake up really early, go to work, come home, get a little bit of time with your kids and have to go to bed early? Or do you feel trapped, or how do you look at that?
I really don't feel trapped at all, because every day, fortunately, I work in a field where a lot of times we're doing something different every day. Then when I get home from work, the kids are going to have new things to show you, new things to be upset about, new things to want,
whine about,
new things to whine about.
Aubrey.
New catastrophes that they've
Aubrey.
had with their friends to tell
James.
you about. So every day for me is different, because there's new highlights and there's new stressors every day. And so every day is really a learning process, because the more of these situations you encounter, the better you get at handling them, knowing what to say. And then if you just take the time to sit down and listen to your kids when you get home, and listen to how their day was and what they played with their friends and what they watched on YouTube, and then you get to know what their interests are, and it helps you connect with them a little better.
Right.
So,
and as stupid as it seems to us sometimes, what they watch, and this the Cocomelon and all the different stuff that they watch, as stupid as it is to us, it means something to them. So he brings up a good point. We need to actually take interest in our kids' activities, whether we like it or not, whether it's boring to us. My personal, my grandparents, they took interest into what I like to watch, and they didn't care about that, and they could care less, but they took interest because they cared for me and they wanted to give me that time.
Right. I'm sure they did not want to watch My Little Ponies, but they did.
Exactly. All right. We're not going to keep this video too long today because, I just really want this part to go out to single dads. If you had something to say to single dads, what would you say to them and why?
I think the main thing I would tell them is that it's our job to teach our kids to love them, to care about them, no matter what the situation is, no matter how bad our day was, no matter how bad their day was. And it's okay to take a break, and it's okay to get frustrated. But the most important thing to remember is they get frustrated too. And they get upset too. And that's perfectly fine. The main thing is we just have to listen. That way we know what they're scared of, what they worry about, what they care about, what they're excited about. And the main thing is that you just have to keep pushing no matter what, because there's never going to be a day, an hour, or a moment that they don't need you for something. Even if you guys aren't speaking for 5 whole minutes, I guarantee they thought about coming in here and asking you what kind of snack they can have. So just don't give up, no matter how frustrated you may get or how stressed out you may seem, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how stressed you are, and it doesn't matter how frustrated you've gotten, and it doesn't matter how long your shift was at work. What matters is that they go to bed knowing that you love them, with their bellies full. You always tuck them in at night. You read them a story if you can. just let them know every night before they go to bed that they're loved and they're always going to be loved.
Absolutely. So I want to thank you for being on my podcast today. And absolutely everything you said is awesome. And it's really great advice to our single dads out here. And I know that sometimes us, single moms, we kind of put ourselves in competition with single dads. Sometimes we're like, oh, well, who has it harder? Nobody has it harder. We both go through really difficult experiences. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching today. I just want you guys to know, just keep going. And you dads out there, y'all are doing great. And another thing I wanted to say before we go, our dads with girls, I know sometimes you get really frustrated with them, the whining, the crying, the dramatics. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's
also going to continue pretty much through their entire adult life also. So you might as well get used to it and just learn how to smile and nod.
Absolutely. Put your armor on, because this is just the beginning. We've learned with Aubrey that, this is just the beginning of her dramatics. So we're putting our big boy pants on, and we're going to deal with it because we have no other choice. Okay, the last thing I wanted to say is our single dads with daughters, and this could apply to mothers with sons too, but really dads with daughters. It's okay if you can't always, make matching outfits and do their hair the best. If you don't think you're doing their hair great, if you have a mother that is absent, their mom's absent or their mother has died or whatever the case is, you just are with your daughter, just do the best you can. You know what I mean? Find a female friend to help you do their hair, or find a female friend to help you pick out outfits that match. Honestly, I've seen it before. I used to have a friend that felt really bad about, the way his daughter looked going to school because he's a dad, and he, her mom wasn't around. She had died from a young age. When the daughter was a young age. So if you have that problem, just understand that it's okay. Find a female friend that can help you, and don't feel bad about it at all. Just know that you love your daughter, and it shows that you love your daughter by getting help for her. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I wanted to do this yesterday at 2, but he was pretty busy with work, and we had to get the time to do this. So next week we'll be at our regular schedule, I promise. And I love you guys, so bye. Oh, make sure to subscribe. Bye.